Yeah,
You were talking to me on the phone when you were getting into the studio. That's what caused the feedback when you got on. You were an electrician. What kind of electrician are you?
the one that made a lot of fucking money.
Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The View from Here. I do have a couple of things, a few things we're going to touch on today. It's not going to be a long podcast. It's going to be another short one, like our last one. And shall I begin? Your lighting is terrible. You look like a pale ghost. Jeez.
There you go.
There you go. That's better.
Yep.
Well, not much, but because it shows your face, but it's still better lighting anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did you see what that idiot Wisconsin governor Evers, his name is? He replaced mother with the term inseminated person. Now, is this what Democrat politicians?
That could be a homosexual.
What?
That could be a homosexual.
Yeah, no, or some trans woman who thinks she's a man now and who is pregnant.
That's what he means. It's real simple. It's assault on masculinity. That's all.
Oh yeah, another
assault on masculinity. It's assault on femininity. Anything that'll stir the pot.
Oh, did you see what Trump did to Maine? Because Maine is still allowing men in women's sports.
Right. He took away their funding.
Just took the title in, I think it was in basketball or something. I don't know what it was. Because he was coming in fifth in the men's league. Now he's a woman. He took first place.
No, now he's a bullshit.
Yeah, he's full of shit. And Maine is going along with this. So President Trump said, well, we're withholding funds from them because, they're going against the executive order that there are only that only women can compete in women's sports, period. I have nothing against, trans people wanting to compete in sports. Get their own fucking league, okay? They can start their own league. Just like they told us. Just like they told people who were getting fired because they wouldn't take the vaccine. Well, learn the code.
It's real simple. If you were born a male, okay, because you're not a man. If you're born a male, okay, you can go into male sports, regardless of whether or not you look like a chick. I don't really fucking care.
No, but they're doing this because they're not winning and they want to have the trophy.
I know they're cheating. Yes.
Yeah, they are cheating.
Yeah.
Also, did you see that?
Wait a second. Let's not throw the people under the bus that are actually competing, that are so-called transsexuals, which they're not.
They're competing against the opposite sex.
The problem is the authorities allow it, and so the thing is that if you have somebody who sees a loophole in a situation and exploits it, and you're aware of it, and you let it happen, you're complicit. At fault.
Yeah. Also, did you see that there have been some videos of people complaining that their passports no longer have the X, or they applied to have an X?
Yeah, you have to have either male or female.
Oh, it's on hold. They can't get it because it's going to be M or F.
Right.
As science dictates.
Or I'm wondering if there's one for neutered, because you can be non-sexual.
Yeah, you know what? I saw this one grandmother being asked if her granddaughters, who are 8 and 4 or 8 and 6, if she would support them getting hormone blockers if they wanted to transition. She said yes, of course, because she would be horrified at the fact that her girls, if they identified as boys, suddenly got their period because they weren't getting hormone blockers. Then the interviewer asked, would you allow them to get tattoos? She goes, oh, that's a little more difficult because I told my sons never to get tattoos. Why? Oh, because it's something permanent. Duh! What do you mean something that's permanent? What about cutting off a boy's genitals or defacing or cutting off a girl's breasts and screwing up with her, putting a fake penis on where her vagina is,
and giving them hormone blockers or estrogen
fucking up their minds for the rest of their lives.
Well, first of all, they don't. It's not a question of whether or not it is for their own good or for their good. These people have their own separate agenda, and it's to push this insanity. And
Insanity. Right.
it depends upon what their desires ultimately are. But a lot of this stuff has to do with simply um, the people that probably promote this the most are people that have had been disappointed with their own life and their own sex, and whatever. But frankly, I'm done explaining this shit to people.
For a parent to allow their child, who is of 6, 8, 10 years old, to make a decision like that to forever alter their bodies and their psyche, it's criminal. It's criminal.
Well, it's also it's quite possibly another form of mental illness. See, like
Definitely a mental illness.
some of these people are they're pushing their kids into this because the thing is that to have a kid that's a transgender or gay or whatever, that's some sort of badge of
Oh yeah, especially in Hollywood. One mother is proud that one of her kids is transsexual and the other is pansexual. I mean, come on, what are the odds? Jordan Peterson said the odds are staggering against that happening. Having two kids that are both gender dysphoric.
Actually, I was thinking about Jordan Peterson today, and I was hoping that RFK consider him as for advice for some sort of helping the psychological wellness of the American people.
That would be that's not a bad idea.
Well,
that's almost as good an idea as Kash Patel picking Dan Bongino as his number 2. Oh, the left is fucking dying.
And they can't. And guess what? Dan Bongino didn't have to answer any fucking questions.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go through confirmation.
You're hired.
Kash Patel is the boss, and he says, "Okay, I'm picking you." That's it. Oh, another thing,
one more thing though to consider with Bongino there, he's going to protect Kash Patel as well. So, so the thing is that Kash Patel will not be adrift in the FBI. He'll have a real ally.
Yeah, he's got somebody watching his back, not stabbing him in the back.
Well, don't forget, Bongino has that sort of background, so he's probably got friends and stuff in the FBI. So he's probably bringing them all together. They're probably doing a kumbaya moment right now.
Maybe, I don't know.
And RFK is now promoting the well-being of small farms, and he's going to deny the use of chemicals that the large corporate farms.
God.
Yeah, actually, I listened to RFK talk about the direction he was going, and he was saying that we need the small farms and we need the large farms to go back to what would be considered more natural process of farming.
Natural farming techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I've said this before, but in Europe, people can eat who have gluten intolerance over here, or who eat carbohydrates, eat pasta, and then they're tired afterwards. So they go to Europe. They say, "I can eat all the pasta I want. I can eat pizza. I don't have any problems, and I don't feel tired afterwards because the soil over there and the products that they're making are still natural and healthy. Over here, they've been destroying our soil and our products for decades now."
Well, yes, and also the sprays that they put on the plants and stuff, we end up eating that, and they do the same thing with the animals.
Yeah, you cannot eat any fruit, but it's mainly apples, I think. But you can't eat fruit that has appeal on it. APPEL. I think it's APPEEL. That's Bill Gates' concoction. It's sprayed on things to keep it looking healthy and colorful. It is poison, and you cannot wash that off. You have to peel the damn thing, and I would peel it, deep if I found an apple that said it's got to peel, because you don't know how far into the skin it gets.
Well,
right?
the other problem is this: the skin of
Apples.
edible fruit, the edible
Yeah.
skin of fruit, actually has nutrients
Yes,
that
but
are
not now with Bill Gates interfering.
the apple or whatever, the fruit. So you're losing that. That's like a lot of people don't realize that chicken skin is actually pretty healthy for you.
It is actually, yeah. It's not bad as long as it's not overly fried. Yeah, but yeah. I'll eat fried chicken skin. I can't eat it, raw. Raw is no good anyway. But I mean, I can't eat it if it's not somewhat fried. I just can't do it. It's got to be a little crispy for me, because otherwise I can't deal with it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
to see.
Like crispy duck. Has to be crispy to be good.
I haven't had duck in a while.
What do you think of this idea? I heard somebody mention this a while ago, and I thought it was a great idea. Take the agencies that are all located in Washington. All the lobbyists are there. All the corruption is there. It's all centralized. You walk across the street or down the hall, and you can talk to somebody that you got to bribe next. Take these agencies like the Department of Agriculture, put it out in the middle of farmland in the Midwest. The FBI, take it out of Washington, put it elsewhere. The CIA, maybe leave where it is. Okay. Certain agencies you can leave, but a lot of these agencies, if they're not closed down because they're useless, you should just decentralize Washington and send these agencies, put the headquarters here, there, everywhere, not all in one location. Now, some people say, "Oh no, but it's better to coordinate everything." No, they don't coordinate anything with each other. The lobbyists are the one who coordinate who they're going to bribe, and it's easy for them because everything is centrally located.
Well, right now we're coming out of a period where there was a lot of graft and wrongdoing. But in a healthy environment, I think it would be wise to have these agencies close to the presidential space. So this way,
here's another reason I disagree with you. These the further away they are from Washington, the less interference from Congress, from politicians in Washington that they're going to have. Okay, they're still going to interfere. They're still going to try and.
Might have been true 50, 60 years ago, but nowadays with the internet and everything, you're just a phone call away.
It's a little harder if it's not done in person, though. Yeah. Anyway, there are things that have to be like, you should. I hate monitoring anything because I like the idea of privacy, but maybe if you're a public servant, your communications with federal agencies should be monitored somewhat. At least, this guy's contacting that agency, does that. Why? Is there a good reason for this senator, that congressman, to constantly contact a certain agency, especially when bills are pending that might affect what that agency does?
I think the real question is, what is, like you just said, what is the function of that agency, and how best can it perform that? Now, if it can perform that function best by being in a more remote location, then that's the answer.
That's why I said it's easy with the Department of Agriculture. You put them in the middle of farmland.
Okay? Now, I don't know about that either, but here's the thing.
Right. This way, the farmers themselves could lobby them and say, "Hey, what the hell are you doing to us?"
Well, there's a lot of farmland. So the thing is that what might actually be interesting is, instead of having a fixed location for the agriculture, you'll have one in Washington, which is your bureaucratic hub. And then you have roamers that actually are not at specific locations, but actually move from here to there to basically interact with each of the
A
regions.
lot of expense doing that, though, having to move here, there, and
A lot of
because you
expense
got,
to move somebody.
well,
moving to-
okay, well, you know what? Actually, these days, it's easy because of, hold on, where is it? Something you brought up the other day.
nice crotch
It's
shot.
easy. It's easy to transport the information you need because you got one of these
Yeah, I
flash
have.
drive.
Yeah.
So you can take a half dozen flash drives. You have all the information you need to do what you have to do.
The suggestion was that their physical presence would make a difference.
I think so.
Right. So
No, their physical
what I'm
presence.
saying is,
No,
what I'm
no,
saying
removing their
is
presence from
true.
what we see.
Don't get stuck in one particular region. Have these people basically have an itinerary.
Rotate.
Yes. So this way they don't
That's
get,
yeah.
they don't get pigeonholed.
Well, yeah, that's better than keeping them in Washington, where they're so far away from everything they're overseeing
It's
that
not
they
just
can't do anything.
farmland, but it also probably has to do with fishing and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
of course, all that wildlife, yeah, the interior, Department of Interior, and so forth. I mean, they're sitting in Washington. They never see the lands that they are lording over. Okay.
You know what? I have the best suggestion. Let Kennedy take care of it.
No, he's a little too green for
It's a very
he's a little
complex
too
problem.
green for that.
It's going to
Anyway,
a lot of thinking, and
well,
he already knows what he wants to do.
that moron, Jasmine Crockett, was asked if she agrees with Americans getting the potential $5,000 payout through Doge from the money they're saving the American people. And does she agree that with Trump's plan to possibly give people $5,000? She said, "Oh no, that's a lie. He's lying." Then she doesn't answer the question. She goes and talks about the $1,200 thing for the COVID thing that was given out. It was given out by Democrats, not Republicans. Blah blah blah. First off, President Trump is the one who authorized that $1,200 payment. Excuse me, for the COVID thing. Secondly, it was a Republican Senate and a Democrat Congress that approved it. So it wasn't just a Democrat thing. She's a liar. She's a racist. She's a bitch. I'll say it. She's a bitch. Nobody's gonna censor me here.
Well, here's the thing.
I can't put this on YouTube, I guess. But.
I'm shocked to hear that a Democrat would actually lie. I find that.
Yeah, right.
The thing is that the idea. I remember hearing one of these economists talking about what that suggested thing might do, and getting a rebate. Okay, and it would only be a portion, a relatively small portion of what is actually being saved. So what you're saying is, listen, the American people are going to get about 10-15% of this new money that and
I've heard as high as 20%, but that's of what they found so far. They're still digging. Remember, we're only a month in, and they found billions already.
The idea that $5,000 would actually stimulate the economy because people would be able to pay off some of their debts, and
yes,
they would be able to.
It would help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't give it to people who don't pay taxes because they don't deserve it. They already don't pay taxes, so they're not entitled to a return of tax money.
My suggestion is you look at their entire work history, and after a certain point, let's say after 5 years, right, you get the full $5,000. Anything less, you get a portion of. So because if you put in less taxes, then you shouldn't be getting as much. So
yeah, I mean, okay, if you've worked 25 years and now the last 10 you haven't paid taxes because you're low income, that's one thing. But I'm talking about people who are perennially on the public dole, haven't worked in 20, 30 years. They just sit home, collect their welfare checks, collect their food stamps, and watch TV all day. And so, like I saw that guy a few years ago when I went to get to the welfare office because of my brother who was sick. Okay, he was sick for like 17 years. All right, I had to go when I moved him back to New Jersey for a while. I had to go to the welfare office. There's a guy sitting there bragging that he could get a job and so forth, but why is he going to do that? He said, I get more sitting at home, I can watch my TV shows instead of going out and working and going back and forth because I'll make a little more, but it's better for me to stay home and not even have to drive to work. Okay, that's the attitude of a lot of people. Those people should get nothing. And maybe, and again, this is only based on what they have uncovered so far. Maybe it's 10% or 15 or 20%.
Who should not get the money?
Illegals.
Who should not? I'll tell you who should not get the money. The 3.5 million recipients of Social Security that are dead.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. Now it's up to 3.5 million. I heard 1.5 million the other day.
I just said 3.5.
No, you said 3.5. I heard 1.5 million the other day.
Oh no. It's 3.5.
Yeah.
That's why the total is $2.5 trillion.
Yeah, I mean, if they can stop those payments, then instead of getting a mere 3% on our Social Security, we can get a decent raise. Maybe comparable to what Congress gives itself every friggin' year.
I think your suggestion is shameful to take that money away from all those people who fought in the Civil War.
Fuck them. They're dead. They don't need it.
But Dan Bongino, wow. I mean, wow. I was thrilled when Kash Patel got.
You want to get thrilled even more? I can give you something even better than that.
No, nothing's better.
MSNBC is firing a lot of their people, but the one name that I do know of, and she's all upset because she says she's relevant. It's not bullshit. Reid got fired. That fucking racist cunt got fired. Finally, MSNBC does something good for the nation. That racist, lying cunt. Okay? Oh, man. Yeah, you know that this one can't go on YouTube. I'm not even going to post it there because they'll just remove it.
Yeah, well, they have to see it first.
Well, yeah, true. Well, Rumble, I'm going to put it on Rumble, on Spotify. Hopefully Spotify won't censor us. I don't think they will, but you never know. ABC News. You know what they were talking about the LA fires a couple of days ago? And they claimed, a reporter on ABC News claimed that trans residents were the hardest hit by the LA fires. Give me a fucking break. First off, how do you know that? Okay? Why? Because they're leeching on people there, and now they have no place to live.
Why would 1% of the population be fucking more important than the rest?
Because the media is told to make them more important.
Yeah, it's just bullshit. That's all.
Of course, it's bullshit.
Here's the thing: those people who are indoctrinated into this foolishness, they're just going to soak it up and just eat more pablum. And the thing is, those people who know better, they're going to see it for what it is, an outrageous, foolish lie. Right, I mean, it's almost as though they have a Scrabble set, and they throw it up in the air, and whatever words fall on the ground, that's what they use to describe the next problem.
Yeah, but there's one group of people throwing it up in the air and then calling everybody, telling them, this is what you have to say. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Before I want to get to the UK also, but before we go overseas, 2 points on USAID. One, this is close to our heart. USAID was handing out millions to what do they call nonprofit, supposed nonprofits.
Yeah, NGOs.
Yeah, NGOs. But those nonprofits were then handing over millions of dollars to Bloomberg's cities, his anti-gun group, to the Brady, not the Brady Bunch, the Brady anti-gun group, and even to David Hogg, that little piece of shit, who I wish was the only guy who had not escaped the shooting in the school he was at. Okay, he's the one who deserved to be shot, but he wasn't, and now he's a pain in our ass. Anyway, so these anti-gun groups were getting money that USAID got. I forget how many millions they gave to these organizations. I think it was 27 million or 7 million rather, that the Bloomberg group got, and the Brady group got even more. And Hogg, he's sticking his hand in there too, his grubby little hand, that piece of shit. He's a guy who, if I saw him on the street, I'd have to punch him, really, because he's such an obnoxious piece of shit. He really is. And now he's in charge of the DNC, right? Isn't he? Or he's up there. He's high up in the DNC. Anyway, all right. One more USAID thing. I know it's not USAID, it's USAID, but it's easier to say USAID. $4 billion was sent to Haiti, supposedly, through USAID. However, only 2% of the $40 billion got to Haiti.
Was it 4 billion? 40 billion.
40 billion. And the rest of the 40 billion went to all these NGOs in the Washington, D.C. area. And that money they sent out to whoever and whatever they wanted to send it out to. I'm sure a lot of congressmen got paid. I have a feeling the Clintons had their hands out. That's why, what's her name? The Clinton daughter. What's her name? Ugly Clinton, whatever her name is. She wrote a thing saying that they did nothing wrong and they're being attacked for it, and they've only done good for the foundation. Bullshit. You've only done good for yourself, you lying cunt. Anyway.
I have to say that.
What happened to the most of the 40 billion? You get 2%, which is what? $200 million goes out to Haiti, and then that wasn't even spent. Oh, yeah, the Red Cross. The Red Cross is also corrupt, even more corrupt than we already knew. They got, I forget how many millions from USAID to help in Haiti. They built 6 houses. 6 houses for I think it was $20 million. I'm not sure, you can fact check me, folks, but I think it was $20 million they got, and they built 6 houses for that.
Oh, look at FEMA.
I'm sure they built houses for their executives too.
Look at FEMA. They got money to help the people who were hurt by natural disasters, and they sent $300 million to New York City to house illegals in luxury apartments, hotels.
And New York is squealing like a stuck pig now because Trump, the administration, Doge, has taken back, I think, $80 million or $8 million, whatever it was. I think it was $80 million that was given to New York by the Biden administration, sitting in the bank waiting to be spent because of the illegals. And the administration has said, no, they took the money back. Now they're screaming because, as Mayor Adams says, they already spent $7 million or $7 billion maybe on housing these illegals. Well, you know what? Whose fault is that? You were the ones who called yourself a sanctuary city. You were the ones who insisted on giving sanctuary to people who did not belong here, who weren't working, who were just a drain on our economy, who were just involved in crimes on the street, not doing anything useful for the country. And now you want us to pay for it, the rest of the country to pay for your mistake? Fuck you.
Well, that sounds normal for them. You know,
it is normal.
They want everybody to pay for their perversion.
Fuck off. Okay, I'm in a real mood today. You can tell. I've used the F word quite a few more times today than I usually do, and I've used cunt at least 3 times.
Nice.
Yeah, bloody cunts.
It felt a little humid in here.
Speaking of bloody cunts, let's go over to the UK. The UK, they are going after knife dealers.
Oh, yeah.
Some jerk off grabbed a knife out of from his stolen knife from his parents' kitchen and went and killed somebody. Now, this asshole, okay, this knife, I mean, was purchased through Amazon. So expect the British to do something about Amazon and Amazon not to be able to sell knives in England, okay, or maybe anywhere.
Well,
Now,
actually, another thing is they made knives with points illegal. So all knives have to be blunt in the front.
yeah, you can still slash, okay. You could take a pencil and poke somebody's eye out too. You could take a pen and hit their Adam's apple, okay.
A cricket
Give them an impromptu tracheotomy.
beat somebody to death with it. So
Yeah, with the leg of a chair. Yeah.
a cudgel, anything that has a point is dangerous. You could kill somebody with a fork.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they already took away all Britain's.
Not for Muslims, though.
Oh no, Muslims can do whatever they want. No, but they're the ones who are using these knives. You know.
Yes, I know.
And you know what? If they do away with knives in England, like they're trying to do, how are you going to cut your How are you going to cut your meat? How are you going to cut your meat if you don't have a knife? For those who know Pink Floyd.
I don't talk about trannies anymore, so I'm not going to cut my meat either.
Anyway, okay, so they're trying to get rid of knives instead of getting rid of the people who regularly use knives to attack people. Okay? That neighborhood in the middle of London, that should be firebombed. I'm sorry. Okay? I know I sound like a genocidal maniac. I'm talking like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, I guess. But you know what? Sometimes I think those motherfuckers have a point. Not that there's too many people, there's too many disgusting, stupid, and useless people in the world. Who determines that? Well, their actions determine it. But I don't want to be accused of being
It's very simple.
Cruel.
Individuals have a right to defend themselves against an assault, and society has a right to defend itself from assault. So the thing is that if you have if you live in an environment and there's a caustic agent in there, and you feel it's necessary to go ahead and eradicate that element, then you do so, because that is nature. Nature says you have the right to protect yourself. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to eradicate.
Yeah, in Britain, they don't want you defending yourself if you are not a member of a certain group that is very intolerant. What happens is any crimes that happen.
Are we talking about the religion of peace?
Yes. Now, the religion of peace, those people do something, and the British press says, "Oh, it was a British citizen who did it." Okay, or it was like here in America, some guy who belongs to the religion of peace drives through a crowd of people and kills a bunch of them. It was the truck attack people. It was a truck attack or a car attack.
We should make trucks illegal.
There you go, and cars also. We're making knives illegal,
especially black trucks.
Look, if they make knives illegal in Britain, they're forcing these people of the religion of peace to resort to what a lot of them use in their mother country in Africa. Machete.
If you have the ethical base of stabbing somebody because they're not the same religion as you, then you're going to get a knife, or you're going to make your own. I mean, man had knives. You'll have knives too.
I heard Anthony Calandro describing how they make knives in prison. Right? You can make knives out of anything.
Sure.
Toothbrushes are very popular in prison as knives. Also, I found out he told me he mentioned how they make knives out of filtered cigarettes. Okay. I won't tell you exactly how, but it has to do with the fiberglass filter.
Yeah.
Okay. And so anything can be shaped into a knife.
Well,
so to ban proper cutlery because of these assholes who shouldn't even be in the West anyway is ridiculous.
Real simple. There was years back in New York City. There was a Happy Land club, and a guy got gasoline because his girlfriend was in there, and he was very
Lock the
jealous.
place, yeah.
And he burnt down the club, and he killed 96 people. So
Right.
you don't need a knife or a gun,
No.
you just have to. First of all, you have to want to do it, and you have to have the opportunity. That's all.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity and the will, you will kill who you're after.
Lots and lots.
Okay. Yeah. And anyway, that's the end of my rants for tonight.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can add to this list, but wanted to keep it short. We're at 35 minutes already, longer than
Yeah,
I
I'm
expected.
trying to remember something I wanted to mention. Unfortunately, it keeps slipping. There was this. Oh my God! Some sort of. Oh, I can't remember now. It doesn't matter. But uh, the thing is that uh, it is the 24th of February.
February.
Donald Trump has been president for a month and 4 days.
Yep.
He has all of his ducks in a row. Every single person that I see that's been recommended by him is a superhero. And hearing that Dan Bongino is in, I'm hoping that some other quote unquote celebrities that we honor and respect will also find a home in these organizations, because these men and women need the best support that they can get, because they're
That brings me to something I forgot that I did want to touch upon also. You've heard of Sean Spicer? He's a reporter.
I watched.
He's a real reporter, real journalist, okay? Investigative journalist. Anyway, he had been hired by the Trump administration to be a part of an agency who was supposed to be there for 3 years. He and two other guys. Biden came in and Biden fired them and replaced them with people loyal to the Democrat Party.
Right.
Spicer took it to court, fought it, but he knew that they were going to lose. They did lose. The court threw it out, said that no, the president has the right to come in and fire people and replace them. Now the chickens have come home to roost because the Democrats are saying, "Oh, Trump can't fire these people and can't that." Bullshit, baby. You guys are the ones who had the courts uphold the fact that the president is able to fire people at his.
It's real simple. Just tell me 5 things that you've done for us. You come up with 5 things, you can keep your job.
One of them, just 3 even.
No. Elon Musk has sent to all the government workers a email saying, "Tell us 5 things that you've done, that you do on the job, that we need to know about." And
is that the same email? Is that the same email that he said that if you do not answer this email, we will consider it a resignation?
Yes. All I wanted was 5 things.
I'm telling you, man, this guy who's on the autistic spectrum, he's a genius. He's fucking great.
Well, he has. He's not working alone. He has all of these super nerdy people working with him as well.
Yeah.
And they're some of them are just savants. And Elon Musk is a phenomenon.
No, he knows how to use people's abilities or pick people with the right abilities to do for the right job.
Yeah, he does. He does, and especially technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my God, so good. There was a thing with Holden. Man, he's kicking ass.
Who?
Holden. The The borders are.
Oh, Hogan.
Oh, it's Hogan? I thought it was
No,
Holt.
I forget his name now. Shoot.
Anyway,
Tom Hogan. Hogan, I think.
yeah, Hogan.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hogan. Whatever his fucking name is. Anyway, he's fantastic. And
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I think did he make it to Colorado yet?
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, the governor of Colorado is the one who said he was going to defy them and he was going to help the illegals.
I thought he changed his mind.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know. Well,
because
he's willing to go to jail until it's time to go to jail.
Well, the thing is that Colorado is got those gangs in that Aurora town, and
Oh yeah, but it was only 3 buildings they took over. Remember, the media said it was only 3 buildings, or maybe as many as 5.
And
so
they were
it's no
most
big deal.
peaceful.
They're not taking over the whole town.
Yeah, you can afford 3.
Yeah, right.
It's not like those people in those apartment buildings can't go someplace else.
Those people who took over those apartment buildings, the proper just way to deal with them. First off, they have no constitutional rights. Okay, they are here illegally. They are criminals. They have blackmailed people. They have stolen from American citizens. I think a dive off the roof, a la mafia style, would be the best punishment.
I think if you had a shotgun and caught those guys in the hallway and just ended them, I think that you'd be well.
Yeah, but they were armed with AK-47s and so
That's
forth.
why you use a shotgun, man. 12-gauge shotgun with buckshot. Spray and pray, baby. That's some serious shit. You know, especially if you're dealing with a group. The shotgun, a 12-gauge shotgun with buckshot, is one of the most powerful weapons the average civilian can own.
Yeah. All right. You know what? We're at 42 minutes already. I wanted to keep it short. And I think we've covered enough for tonight.
Oh, you think we've covered enough?
Yes, I think so.
You think we did. Even you were a chatty Cathy. Let me tell you. You were all over the place.
Well, hey, yeah, I was angry when once I started going down the list.
Yeah, it's just that I wear my MAGA hat.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
And I went to the supermarket today, and I spent about 5-10 minutes talking to these people, telling them that you have to buy suntan lotion because we're in the golden age and you don't want to get a burn. And they were just chatting, and we ended up creating like a little cluster of people, and everybody was like milling around us and laughing, and it was amazing. And
you did it again.
What?
You brought up a joke, which reminds me that I have to tell an all-American dad joke again. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I have not seen these before, so this is going to surprise me as much as it surprises you.
Oh, yeah, it's going to surprise.
A hamburger walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
Hey, how about this? A bear goes into a bar and says, "I want a whiskey and a tequila." And the bartender says, "Why the long pause?"
I don't know. I was born with them.
That was it. That's the whole joke.
I know.
No, but
I knew the punchline already.
Yeah, but that's not the punchline. It's just why the long pause. That's it. He's a bear. You don't have to say it anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, the way I heard it was he said, "Oh, I don't know. I was born with them."
Well, that's why you don't know how to tell a joke, because you keep hearing the wrong.
You know what? Okay, I told the Democrat version because the Democrats can't think that far ahead, so they have to. You have to tell them. You have to take their little hands and and show them exactly how it goes.
So did you hear about the rabbi and the Irish priest that got in an accident
No.
on the road? So the Irish priest sees the rabbi, and the rabbi's all upset because his car's crunched up, and the Irish priest goes, "Come down, take it easy." And the rabbi's going, I just bought this car. It's terrible. He says, calm down. And he offers him some whiskey. So the rabbi goes ahead and drinks some whiskey. He goes, thank you very much. That really helped me. And he offers it back to the Irish guy. And he says, are you going to have a sip? And the Irishman says, I will after the police come.
You forgot to say that they had an accident to get the.
No, I did say that. Just rewind it, you'll be able to hear it.
Again, for the Democrats, you have to explain the priest was driving one car and the rabbi driving the other that were involved in the accident.
Oh, well, first of all, they're not going to listen to it.
Anyway. All right.
Oh, what's
he doesn't want to let go. He calls me a chatty catty.
What is an Irish 7-course meal?
A 6-pack and a baked potato. That's an old one. That's really old. Come on.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, we'll see you again next time, folks, on The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I did.
Well, if you got this far, you're crazy.